I'd like to call to order the town board. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Here.
Trustee Fisher?
Here.
Trustee Deteen?
Here.
Trustee McKinney?
Here.
Chairman Neal?
Here. Next item on the agenda is Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please stand? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody. Are there any agenda changes? Hearing none. Item number 5, approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on September 19th, 2017 at 6:30 p.m. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Item 6, are there any citizens' comments? Hearing none, we will move forward with item number 7, authorizing bills for payment. Trustee Deteen.
Yes, today I met with the township supervisor and the township assessor, and we talked about the bills. So I'm asking my fellow councilmen to approve the bills for $70,926.54. Put that in the form of a vote.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, discussion.
Just a couple questions. On the first page of the check register, operating expenses, it looks like there's just a bunch of items. Is that youth services?
Yes, so under, if you look at operating expenses, youth services, you're talking about where it says $3,415.04.
Right.
The different expenses were Crown Awards to get the awards for the kids for finishing the program. The van rental was the main one, so that was the
okay.
biggest expense.
All right.
And then pizzas the day the kids did the Feed My Starving Children, prizes for
So
the kids.
I guess,
and
yeah,
so, yeah.
the rental meant van rental.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then just under emergency assistance, Jiffy Lube?
Yeah, so it says, under the bills, it's EA Utility, Jiffy Lube. If you look at it, it says Jiffy Lube, and then the client's name on mine, and then ComEd, and 4 other clients' names. So the $1,546.47 was actually for 5 EA clients.
Okay.
And the situation with the Jiffy Lube, the resident actually, she was working on a contract basis, and the contract ended in June of 2017. She was on a budget plan with ComEd and missed a payment because of the lack of income. And so she had to come up with $300, $298.82 for her ComEd bill. Emergency assistance is up to $400, and so we always ask what other things will impede you from being successful, and one of the things was her car was running really bad.
Oh.
And Adriana asked her when was the last time she got an oil change, and so we helped her to just make sure she had transportation to get to
I thought you
work.
paid Jiffy Lube $1,546 for an oil change. I thought that was a little excessive.
Just a little excessive, but yeah, so the other 4 were for to help with ComEd bills.
Okay.
So good.
Thank you.
For asking them. So, and just to share, Trustee Deteen, I think I should start counting. I think he had 17 different questions today, and I just appreciate you being thorough with the bills so that you can have a full understanding of what we're doing and how it's being spent, and just have people that are watching and doing that. So I appreciate your tenacity with that, and yours too.
Answered them very favorably and without any hesitation,
Yep.
both you and the assessor. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Next item on the agenda is receive and place on file Zion Township audit fiscal year May 1st, 2016 through April 30th, 2017 per Chairman Neal. This afternoon, Trustee Deteen, Assessor Wickets, my business manager Brittany Doxey, and I met with Kevin Canavy, who was the auditor for the township, and went through, and we're in good shape. I'm still a little bit of shock and a little bit of awe, because with as much as it's decreased over the last 5 years, that we have managed to stay afloat, and we've trimmed a lot, but I think we're doing solid work, and that we have been able to maintain, not too much, it's not even, what was the amount, let me just round it. Page 11. So total disbursements in the general fund last year was $539,795, and the end fund balance was $462,765. So we do not have a full year in the savings. What the auditor said was that the maximum, they like you to have at least a year cushion. The maximum is 2.5 years. So we would be bankrupt after a year if we didn't have income, but I feel safe that we've got, just under a year's cushion there. The same thing for general assistance, and this is all on page 11 on the audit. It's the statement. Last year for general assistance, the disbursements were $226,931, and our fiscal year ending balance was $276,000. So we're about $50,000 over having a full year in that. So proud, of that. Shared with Kevin that we're not looking to have a bunch of money, extra money. We just want to be able to maintain what we're doing. Did you want to add anything, Trustee Deteen or Assessor?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So are there any questions with the audit? Do we do a motion to receive and place on file?
Yes.
Is there a motion?
I'll move to accept the audit.
Is there a second?
Second?
Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye?
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney? Aye. Chairman Neal?
Aye. The next item on the agenda is discussion and potential action to call for a special town meeting of electors to consider leasing township property at 1015 27th Street at the Zion Township office to Nakasa for $125 a month. And I had said and disposal of property on the item. What I have since found out is that for the items that we're looking to get rid of, we have the 7-passenger township van that the back axle is actually completely rusted and rotted out, so we couldn't drive it this year. That's why we had to rent the van for the summer work program. That's sitting over in city yards, and I thought if we were calling for a special town meeting, then we might as well do the disposal of property. But as it turns out, the board can just vote to get rid of surplus property. So at the next meeting, I'll bring the list of things that I'm considering to get rid of, and we can do that at that meeting. And so, but after the last meeting, I sent the contract that we were working on with Nakasa to our attorneys and for them to look over, and she made it clear that it is not a board action to lease property, it is an elector action. And so we have to have a special township meeting of the electors, which is just like the annual town meeting that we have in April. And we need to have at least 15 residents at the meeting that agree that it's okay for us to lease space to Nakasa. And so what I would like to do is, and let me get the official wording. I would like to make a motion to do the following, that we find that it is necessary to call a special meeting, and I would like to call a special town meeting on November 21st, 2017 at 6:15 p.m. for the purpose of entering into a lease agreement with Nakasa. So to be set for the agenda meeting, we have to actually set the agenda now, would be the call to order, selection of a moderator, pledge of allegiance, introductory remarks by supervisor regarding the purpose of the meeting, consideration of an action on a resolution authorizing the township to lease property to Nakasa for $125 a month through April 2018. Oh, and then we would do another one at the next annual town meeting date.
Would we have to call another town meeting to extend it?
We have one yearly in April.
Oh, okay.
So
All
we
right.
would just put it at that April
Okay.
meeting. And what's nice is that every year at that meeting, there's always somebody here, even if it's somebody, because one of the other items that the annual town meeting, the electors can set is that we make sure that township supports substance abuse treatment in our community. And that's why we had crew and all the, so this is actually really stepping above and beyond to make sure that we continue to have substance abuse treatment by doing this at the annual town meeting. So, so a month through April 30th, 2018, and giving the township supervisor, clerk, and board the power to effectuate said lease of the property, then it would be public comment and adjournment. So that would be the actual agenda for the meeting.
So you're deleting the action on the Chevy? 'Cause
Yeah, on the liquidating
It's not
property.
relevant because
For the-
you don't need it.
Correct. Yeah, I will have that on the agenda for the next meeting, but for our meeting.
Right, okay.
So there's a motion
So
on the
you
floor.
made,
What's that?
are you making this motion?
Yes.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any further discussion? And we talked about just having the meeting at 6:15 and then running it right into, then having the township meeting following at 6:30. That works for everybody? So please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye?
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
And Chairman Neal?
All right, we'll pass this around. This will be the official signing of the documents. And that we can
Sherry,
call meeting. Yeah.
which one are you?
The one that you gave me?
Yeah, you want,
Yeah.
Is that one got that highlight on it?
Yeah.
Here's
Oh,
a
you-
clean one,
Oh, okay.
and it doesn't have the time,
I'd
so
rather
you're,
sign
Oh,
one.
okay.
6:15. Okay, so everybody can see. Nice clean one.
Crisp. All right. Okay, and then just the next item on the agenda is discussion regarding office closing protocol per Chairman Neal. I, every once in a while, like maybe twice a year, find it necessary to close the office for a training or some other reason for the staff, and I wanted to set together, you know, a procedure and a protocol that we would use to make sure as many residents as possible can know. And just to review it for everybody, this is what my staff and I came up with. In the event that Zion Township closes the office during normal office hours, the following protocol will be followed. First, an explanation will be written stating that the office will be closed and why. It will be announced at 2 board meetings prior to the closing if possible. Notice will be posted on Facebook 2 weeks in advance and why, and pinned to the top of the Facebook page. A notice will be placed on the website at least 2 weeks prior to the closing date. A notice will be posted in the meetings and notices space in the front window of the township at least 2 weeks in advance of the closing date. The e-newsletter will include the township will be closed and why. A sign will be put in the entryway stating we are closed and leave a message if they would like to be contacted. And on the day closed, the office phone message will state that the office is closed and that the calls will be returned at the earliest convenience. So following through with this, and this came up because next Tuesday at Zion Benton Township High School, the Healthy Youth Group has put out a request. They are sponsoring 30 adults to get trained in mental health CPR because or mental health first aid, because their greatest concern is that a lot of their friends are having all kinds of signals that there's something wrong, and adults by and large don't know how to read those signals. And so this training, which is held by the health department, will be put on, and the Healthy Youth are paying for the books, and they're also providing lunch for the adults. So I believe there's still a couple of seats left. If anybody is interested, if you spend time with kids in the community and you would like to be engaged in, you know, in having that information. But with our summer work program and the amount that especially Brittany and Sandra work with kids in the community, both on and off the clock, I thought it was really important that our whole team got trained in this. So that kind of set up the protocol for wanting to put this together. But it always stresses me when we close the office in case somebody comes and they don't, you know what to do. So I want to do as much as we can to make sure that
Well, that's why we
residents
give the stipend for the phone, so that we can call.
that also,
Yeah.
that's exactly right. Yes, always, or text, or, so, yes, thank you for saying that also, that's very true. So that said, is there a motion to approve the office protocol for office closings?
So moved?
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee McKinney. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Assessors report.
Just three quick items. Just wanted to say that we're wrapping up our work for 2017. The hearings are almost over. We've got to have one day of residential and 1 day of commercial. Some large commercial properties, some apartment complexes are looking for some large reductions, but happens to be that I'm going to ask for increases on these properties. I can't believe that we're wrapping up the hearings already. It's been a really fast year. We've had the same amount of hearings, except the county is just shoving them together so quick that we're wrapping up the hearings. So that gives us an opportunity to do some field work, look at some sales, and work on our exemptions. Just in the last couple months, since we haven't been doing any sales, there's been so many sales coming in. I think we've had close to 150 sales in just the last 2.5 months. So that means I'll do inspections on all the sales, take pictures of them, and determine what kind of condition they are. So this gives us a nice opportunity, while the weather is still decent, to get out there and do field work and do some inspections. 2018, it looks like with the sales that are coming in right now, that, in my opinion, I think the values are all going to go up about 5 to 7% next year. So everybody, when they get their blue notice, you'll see an increase in your value. And again, that's always a good thing. We've had 3 straight years of values going up, and I think everybody should be happy. Now, if we can get all the taxing bodies to hold the line on their levies and their budgets, maybe we can see the tax rate go down again. And on one other note, I was saying how fast time goes by. I just realized, looking at my calendar, that I just celebrated my 35th year of being in the assessment field. So
Oh my
I
gosh.
feel pretty good about that.
Congratulations.
That's it, guys.
Congratulations to you.
What's
Should we
that?
say congratulations?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Thank you.
That's,
Or
that's just-
sympathies, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been 35 years, and probably 34 of them have been pretty good.
Okay.
Well, and just to consider the wisdom that we have in that office.
Thank you. It's been a good run. It's 10 years here and 25 years at the county.
Wow. Time flies when you're having fun.
It sure does.
Excellent. Anything else? Any questions for Assessor Wickets? Okay. Next item is supervisor report. Just a few things. We started the LAHEAP applications on October 1st, and LAHEAP is for home energy assistance for, right now we're doing seniors and disabled that are low income. And since, what's today? Today's October 17th. And we've already, the first day so we're doing it every Tuesday from 1 until 3 o'clock, and we're just doing walk-ins. We're finding we're able to do like 10 to 12 every hour. And which is huge different, because prior to doing it this way, we were making appointments 1 per half an hour. So it's really maximizing our time. So we did 25 the first week. We did 30 at Carmel House last Friday. We did 15 last week and 16 this week. So we've already seen 86 residents to help them with their utility, with their energy assistance bills. So I'm really proud of the work that we're doing as a team. It takes all 4 of us the entire 2 hours to get everybody through, but it's really working out well, and the residents really appreciate it. So ELF Network has officially kicked off. Those of you who have not seen the cards, and I just looked at it and I grabbed the Spanish edition of it, any resident who has children, school-age children, who is looking for help for Christmas, they're struggling and they're looking for help. We're doing it different this year. The township always adopts 50 families with the support of Santa's Helpers. Christ Community Church, Kiwanis does the Toys for Tots, Bernie's Books. We have a number, Love Inc. And this year what we've decided to do was, instead of having the families recommended by the social workers, and then it takes us 2 weeks and a tank of gas to track people down to get them to come in for an appointment. Instead, we're doing a program where they pick up this card, And they go out and they either sign up for the Affirming Potentials class that Love Inc. is doing, which is an 11-week program to help people really focus on what their passion is and helping them to overcome obstacles that are going on in their life. And it's actually happening at Christ Community Church, and the kids are in the Awana program, and I shared with somebody today, because she was like, yeah, but they don't have anything for babies. And I was like, yes, they do. It covers everybody. So she was going to the street to tell as many people as she could about that. So they have the option between doing that or doing 3 of 7 other opportunities, and it's in Spanish, but I might be able to remember. The finance class through CAP. NACASA has a family advocacy program that they go in and meet with somebody there. The parenting class at Family Resource Center. If they go to any of the programs at the Job Center of Lake County, if they go to any of the programs for the family at the Zion Benton Public Library, if they meet with the school teacher or anybody or attend a school program, they can get it signed off, or meeting with us at Zion Township for a resource appointment. So they have to do 3 of those 7. When they get them signed off, they turn in the card, and then the first 50 people that turn it in are going to be part of the program this year. We have 11 cards turned in so far, with 4 more that have signed up for the Affirming Potentials class, so that makes 15 so far. And we're really hoping that this becomes something that excites people to want to do. The people that have come in have really appreciated. They didn't know that Family Resource Center did the parenting classes, and they do the baby bucks and the different things. So it was a way for us to really bless the families as well, to help them know the different agencies that are out there to help them become even more successful and address the situations that they have. So if you know of anybody that might be in need, please send them to the township, or let's see, we've got them at the township, the library, the park district, and the schools all have these. So the school social workers all have these as well. So the parents can go to them. So additionally, one of the questions that Trustee Deteen asked me about today was the PACE Ride program. And so I left a brochure for each of you and a flyer. We are putting these flyers up all over the community. Our business manager, Brittany Doxey, made these flyers because one of the things that we're realizing is how many people don't know about the availability of transportation. And this program, it's $1.60 for one-way fare, 80 cents for seniors, students, and people with disabilities. And you can go in Zion Beach Park and Winthrop Harbor Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 5:30. And then go to Waukegan and Gurnee on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 8:30 and 3:30. You have to call to reserve your reservation 24 hours in advance, but it's actually curbside assistance, so you can get picked up at your house for transportation. Granted, they've got capacity issues, but I've only heard of a couple of situations where they maxed out capacity at a time. So if you know of anybody that's struggling with transportation, unfortunately, it's only till 5:30, so it doesn't help with some things, but it will help you to get to the right bus route or to get to your doctor's appointments that are needed. So that said, we had the Secretary of State at the Zion Benton Public Library today. We do that every single year. The Zion Benton Leadership Academy, we have graduation on November 4th. We have 6 graduates, and I every single year I say it, but I think this is the best group. They're doing a lot of really neat stuff, and I'm looking forward to having people meet them in year 2 when they come to the meetings and introduce themselves. Also, Zion Elementary District 6, have any of you been over there? Have you
Recently?
seen their new library?
No.
So Dr. Keely Roberts has been talking about what they wanted to do with the school. And they're doing a number of things. They turned the entire Lakeview School into a preschool, and their business offices are over next to Herman Park Center. They haven't done an open house for that yet, but what they did at the library in the middle school, they've turned it into a learning lab, and I've never seen anything like it. It is absolutely phenomenal. They've got the casing where the kids are learning, where they actually have a staging area that's electrical, so that's the outlets, and it teaches them all about electrical. They've got a plumbing station where you sit and you learn everything about plumbing. They've got motors that the kids take apart and put back together. I mean, they're learning some real life skill things that is making the kids want to be there. So it's practical learning. They have the, what do you call it, the where you learn how to put a business together. I don't remember the name of it, but the whiteboards and the chairs for the kids to do the brainstorming in the computer labs. And if you get a chance to stop over there, I am sure Tanya, the principal, would be thrilled to take any of you through and just be able to see it. It is, if you have 15 minutes, you will be amazed. The two trailers that they have in the back are actually, one is for choir and one is for band. And just, it's really powerful stuff. So I just want to give a shout out. Everybody always talks about what everybody's doing wrong, but they're really working hard to do something right. So excited for where they're going with that. Remind everybody, Trail of Treats is on Friday, October 27th, and the corporate community spelling bee for the coalition is on Thursday, November 2nd at 7 p.m. at North Point Church. All are welcome to attend. They're still looking for spellers and teams, if any of you guys are so encouraged. I know that there are a couple of elected officials that are going to have teams that are looking for spellers as well. The Lake County Clerk has gotten the Red Hatters, so she's going to be spelling with them, but other ones will be there. So if you can make it, if you've never been there, it is a stitch. It is the event of the community, and it's all adults. So just a couple other things. I'm still working on the vehicle borrowing policy. We actually put together the contract, but now we want to put together a policy for who can use it at the recommendation of Trustee Fisher, that we put that in place. I also want to thank Trustee Fisher and McDowell for coming to the Lake County Township official meeting. Thank you very much. And I also want to thank Trustee Fisher. So one of the things that my staff and I wanted to do was to get some signage up in the community to be able to help people know where the township is. And they went above and beyond. Chris, in his other hat for the city, worked with the street department, and they put up, the signage looks really nice. So I just wanted to say thank you for
All credit to the department. All I said is, can you guys do this? And they said, yeah, sure. So.
Well, it takes the asking, and so thank
it's-
you for asking, and thank you for your team for following through with it.
So all credit to the department. The guys did the work. So.
Very good. And then one last thing, the State Township Officials Conference is in Springfield from November 11th until the 14th, and I will be attending that conference as well. And you also have the monthly report that just gives you a rundown of everything that we did for the last month, including the number of incoming calls, walk-ins, the resource referrals that we gave, the EA appointments, the case management appointments, so that you can know what we're doing on a monthly basis. So with that said, there's just one thing left, and that is that this is the last meeting for our clerk, Diane Bergkemper. I just want to thank you. When Judy Mackey left, the transition was better than smooth. I mean, you were willing to roll up your sleeves with us, and we read through the township officials' ordinance book page by page, Diane, Gail, and I, to make sure that we had everything done right, and just, making sure the files were good and moving things around to make sure that everything went where it was. And you've always been there to make sure that, when I'm freaking out because I'm not sure how we do something, that you're very patient and kind and tolerant. But I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your help with Zion Township and all that you've done. We
It
will
has
miss
been
you.
my pleasure. Thank you.
So the Zion Township staff, we got flowers for her as final going away. She'll be in the office 2 more weeks, so we thought we'd give them to her tonight so that she could enjoy them.
I'll see if I can stretch their life out at least a week.
There you go, yeah, okay. So with that said, is there anything else to come before the board? Hearing none. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second by trustee Deteen. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Commissioner, can I talk to you a second?